All right. I was about to say happy Monday. It is Monday. Happy Monday.
You can say Monday. Happy Monday.
I can say that. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Proper Romance Book Club tonight. Tonight we have the awesome, I got to get my pointer finger going the right way here, the awesome Joanna Barker, who is, honest to goodness, one of my most favorite authors. I just love your books so much. And she's the coolest person, everybody. Like, let me just tell you.
Right back at you, Mandy. Right back at you.
Anyways, we are going to be talking about this lovely book. Hopefully you can see my light might be terrible. I apologize. A Love Most Daring, which is the newest novel in Joanna's Bow Street series, and just so adorable. So we'll go ahead and give everyone a second to realize that we're live here. And if you'll just drop in the comments that you are watching, where you're watching from. I'm gonna just
what chores you're avoiding to be here.
Yes, that. Tell us where you're watching from. And one thing I want to do as a reminder is every comment on tonight's post and on the post in the Proper Romance Book Club this month enter you to win a advanced reader copy of Jennifer Moore's new book, A Lady's Guide to Love and Pirates. Now, I don't know if you've seen this one advertised at all, but
I have. It looks so fun. And I love Jenny's books, and I love Jenny, so it's going to be amazing. I already know it.
Yes, that's exactly. I'm like, okay, this is going to be super good because plus pirates. It's Jennifer Moore. There's a bow. Yeah, pirates. I'm like, it's gonna be fun. So make sure you comment. And if you haven't had a chance, go back and comment on the other posts. Joanna's got some really fun stuff. And also watch for one more post to go up this week. And there might be a giveaway attached to that one too. Wink, wink. So maybe some fun stuff. Good. We've got some people joining us. Hi, Sandy from Arizona and Laura from Las Vegas. Mara from New Orleans. Hi, Mara. Always it's so fun to see all the names that you start recognizing. Sandy and Laura, I hope you have your air conditioning working well. I'll say that much as we get started. Arizona and Vegas are hot, as far as I'm aware.
It's fun right now, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna, as you're popping on again, just please go ahead and put your name and where you're from in the comments, and we're gonna go ahead and just get started. Welcome, Kristen from Orem, Utah. Excited to have you guys all here with us tonight. So to kick things off, it's award season, right? Award season just happened. I will admit I didn't watch really anything this year. Did you watch anything?
I kept an eye on it just because I'm a huge K-pop Demon Hunters fan, and I really wanted them to win at the Oscars. So I did Google it afterwards. I didn't watch it or anything. I'm not much on.
You found out.
Yes, so I was excited for them. I like to see the big guy or the little guy take on the big guy and win. So that was fun.
Right, that underdog story. I love it. Well, in the spirit of the Oscars, we are going to go ahead and do kind of a little character Oscar thing with you guys tonight. So again, please participate. This is going to be a lot more fun if you guys are in the chat, and
we'll shout out to you if you have a fun
we'll shout out, and again, there's giveaway. So, all right. Do you want to pick first, or do you want me to pick first?
Sure, I'll go first. Okay. So in the comments, if you guys have an idea or what you think who should win or what moment should win this award. So what moment in the book would win for best romantic moment? So throw your guesses, not guesses. It's not like there's no winner necessarily, but
it's your nominations.
Your nomination. There you go. Your nomination for best romantic moment in A
Love Most Daring. Which, by the way, spoilers for anyone watching, but it is book club.
I would assume they've read it, hopefully.
Yeah, if not, you're going to know all the romantic moments as to why you should read this book.
Yes. Do you have a nomination? I also have one. Or I have an idea.
Yeah. Them at the dancing scene. That I just want that to be like a real scene, like their faces and that. But also at his estate, when they're at the bench you know, the I can't ever talk thing. But I like those moments where they, you know, just go.
That was a sweeter one, I think.
Yeah, it's sweet. But I like sometimes like, well, I love the spoony stuff. Let's be real. Joanna's kisses in here.
Well, that's probably my favorite romantic moment was that kiss. That was a really, really fun kiss to write. I don't get to write a lot of like angry kisses. I don't know if that's the right word for it. Like very,
yeah,
they're not happy with each other at the moment, but it brings out a lot of fun tension and emotion. And so I really liked writing that one.
Do you know what it makes me think of? Is just if you've seen the Princess Diaries too, when they're like around the fountain kiss, you know, where
yes. I love you.
Yeah, and then you just kiss each other. You
yes, it's the best.
Yeah.
Okay, we have some nominations. When he comes to her rescue at the estate, yes. Oh, who doesn't love a knight in shining?
Oh yeah, exactly. When he races and gets there in time. Kristen also loves them talking in the garden.
I love a good scene where they are connecting emotionally and it's not just, you know, physical attraction or whatever. Yeah. It's always fun. Yes, we got some Princess Diaries 2 fans. It's a good one. I would say it's better than Princess Diaries 1 just because I think the romance has better chemistry.
Yes, I agree. Like the first one was cute and fun, but Princess Diaries 2 is the one I'm going to go rewatch.
What's that? And it has the archery, which is fun.
See, it is. It's like perfect.
All right. Do you want to pick the next award?
Yep. All right. Who would you guys say is the best supporting character in Love Most Daring? So this is your nomination for best supporting character.
And it could be someone from another book, I guess, although they're all their main characters in their own right.
Yeah, they're all supporting in this one.
Yes.
While we were on that, I loved seeing Ginny and Jack and Verity.
I miss them. I think out of like all my characters in all my books, I love revisiting Ginny and Jack the most, just because I feel like Jack's dialogue is always forefront in my mind. He just pops onto the paper easier than any of my other characters, which is weird because I'm not like him at all. But he just is always ready to have some funny little thing to say. I don't know.
Yeah, and it was fun to see like Ginny, again, spoilers, Ginny pregnant and just the way that Jack also reacted on the side there and just her passion.
We've got a vote for Ginny and Mr. Drake. Alexander.
We're definitely gonna have a conversation about Mr. Drake at some point in this time. That's coming. Yes.
I think my nomination would probably be Mrs. Rawlings, his mother, just because she was really I wouldn't say challenging to write, but I'm not a lot like her, but I don't know. I find her really compelling because of what she's been through. And I don't know, her relationship as it progresses with Beatrice was really fun to write. So I enjoyed writing her as a supporting character.
And I like Laura's comment here, how she commented, I like how his mom ends up supporting them. She had her own kind of arc in the story in ways, I think. Just
right. She had to learn how to trust just as much as Beatrice and Alexander did too. So, and she kind of was strong-armed into accepting her, but it's okay. I think she just needed to be treated with a little kindness, which Beatrice treated with her kindness and forgiveness when she messed up. And I don't think she was used to that. And so it softened her a lot towards Beatrice, which was
towards her.
Yeah. That's what she needed in her character development, was just a little bit of kindness from someone.
That love. And Beatrice was such a perfect character for that. Just her personality was such a fun one.
Yeah, she's very giving and generous and not one to hold a grudge, which was needed in that situation.
A little important. Yes. Awesome. Do you want to pick the next one? Next nomination?
We just have a list that we came up with. I'm trying to think of the most fun ones.
Yes.
Let's do. I had an idea for this one. So it was most cinematic scene. So if there was a scene in this book that you'd want to see brought to life as a movie, in a movie or something. I mean, it'd be fun to see a whole movie, but if there's one specific scene.
Yes, whoever's listening out there, these would make
we'll put it out into the universe.
Right, good vibes.
Yep.
I think as people are jumping in there, mine kind of was that dance scene because I could see the whole ballroom. Like I think it'd be fun to capture in a movie because I could just see the shots like panning to their faces and the close knit and probably their hands, but also like panning out and just like, seeing the women watching with their fans or something, like just the other people in the room. Yeah. His cousin, like just different, the aspect. I think that would have been a fun scene to do.
For sure. I definitely drew inspiration from the Pride and Prejudice 2005 dance scene where it's, Lizzie and Darcy and they're dancing and it's so much tension and everyone else disappears and it's just them. I love that scene. And I tried to kind of steal those vibes a little bit. Not steal, borrow. I borrowed the vibes.
And created your own vibe with it. So
yes.
It worked. Took that and amplified it. Couple of people said the Vauxhall Gardens.
That was going to be my vote. I have done so much research on Vauxhall and I wish it existed. I've written a couple scenes there in different books and it just makes me so sad that they don't exist anymore because I think it would be the most amazing place to visit the way they had it back then. So, and I think it would be beautiful with the lanterns and the lighting and the dancing and that would be my vote for sure.
Yeah, I didn't realize it wasn't like one of those places you could still go until you had mentioned that before. And I was like, that's so sad because it's in so many good. And I think one of my favorite scenes from one of your other books, Secrets and Suitors, you have a Vauxhall Garden scene.
Yeah, there may or may not be a kissing scene in that one there.
I was like, if memory serves. That's a really good book too for all those of you who may have not read it yet.
It's a fun location because you can bend a lot of societal rules because there was lots of like mixing of classes and like normally people didn't like eat in public like that. And so it's a fun place to experiment with my characters and put them into situations that they wouldn't normally be facing. So
it's fabulous. Kristen says when Stroud is after Beatrice and Alexander saves her, as well as the dance. Yeah, that would be like a really good action scene. Yeah. I was reading that scene like, what? Where are we going here, Joanna? Is it happy ever after? How's this gonna end? Happy ever after?
Obviously, he had to come save her.
He did, and it was beautiful.
It was a fun one.
Awesome. Okay. Nominations here for the scene that made you smile the most. So what scene made you smile the most? I have to think about this one for a second too.
You do too. I have to think.
Which scene made you smile the most?
I might say it's probably when they were traveling to his estate and they're in the coach together and she is just ribbing him and like not holding her punches and just like she just really likes to, push his buttons and stuff. And I remember just cackling at some of her dialogue because I just love it when the female lead just kind of takes over and doesn't let the brooding gentleman have everything to say.
Their banter was so good. Like that's like skip the scene, but be like scenes. Just their back and forth was so good in all the ways. Even in your scene too, when they arrive and she's like expecting it to be this little like like little cottage. Yeah. Turns out to be this like huge like mansion house, right? Mansion in our terms, but just that her shock and like awe that he had kind of put around her a little bit.
Yep, that was it's a fun scene for sure.
Anyone else have any scenes? Here they start coming. That made you smile. So Sandra says, enjoyed the story. The series has been entertaining. Can't wait for the next. Oh, it skipped. Next one. It's hard not to give out spoilers. Oh, Kristen's playing with his nephew. Yes, though.
That's a cute one.
I don't know what it is, but when you have the cute hero do something with the kids, you're like,
especially when they're like the walled off, like guarded type, and then the kid like breaks down their walls a little bit, and you get to see their more tender side. It's always fun.
Yeah, like they are a softie. I love it.
Oh, this is fun. The jealousy one. You cannot truly be jealous again. What advice? That is a fun.
Yeah,
because he was so jealous. Oh man, who doesn't love a jealous man? I love
right.
it.
Well, it's so great too because she like called him on it, but she was never really sure that he liked her. Like so, like she's calling him jealous, but she's also, like is kind of picking at him.
She's like, but is he? I think he is.
Guys.
That's the fun of a first-person POV. You're never quite sure what he's thinking.
Yes, and Megan says when she insists that she goes when he leaves, just that personality. Super fun.
She knows what she wants.
Right. Okay. Do you want to pick the next one?
Let's see. Okay, I liked yours that you added. So like the best Mr. Darcy moment, if Alexander were to have a Mr. Darcy moment. And my thought was the scene that you had mentioned earlier about them being on the bench when he takes her hand, because her hands are cold because they're outside and it's raining, and he takes her hands and warms them up. And I was like, that feels like such a Darcy moment to me. It's kind of not really the hand flex. It doesn't have the same tension, but it like reveals something about his character, and he wants to comfort her the only way he can. And that's for her, taking care of her physically, which is really sweet because he can't do anything about her emotional state at the moment, really. So I love that he, I don't know, made that effort.
Yeah. And I think it does have the Darcy vibe too, because he is a little bit more like keeps it too close to the chest, and so for him to display, like that
Right.
kindness. Yeah.
Right.
So Kristen says the dance.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Alexis in his study when he's leaving without her, his pride to protect her, was like, I left you a note.
A little punk.
That actually does feel a little Darcy. Like
Darcy would do that. He would just be like, peace out. Like, this is my way of protecting you. So
I got you. Yeah. Like, he rides off to take care of freaking Lydia. So
yes, exactly. Same vibes with that one as well.
Sure.
He likes to do things on his own without necessarily his love interest tagging along.
He's independent. Well, and I love how too, and like he's like, you're a distraction. Like that vibe too, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
I can't get my work done when you're hanging around.
Yes. And I loved though that he sidebar here, but just how he had her help research things. Just that was so cute because he like recognized her intelligence. And I feel like that was also like a Darcy trait if you think about how like he valued that Elizabeth was.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and I really wanted to show that she was a very different heroine from Ginny and Verity, who have kind of grown up in that world of like Ginny's father was a magistrate and Verity's brother was Jack, and trained her up to be a private detective basically. And so Beatrice was very different. She doesn't have those connections or natural inclinations toward crime solving, and so but she does have a natural curiosity about the world, and she does, like you said, she's very intelligent and she wants to be useful. And so it was fun to bring that side of her into the story and give her a purpose. She wants to have a purpose basically. And so I love that Alexander involved her in it. That's all she wants. She just wants to be involved,
just to be there. It was so good, so sweet. Okay, let's do you want to do one more or two more and then we can do some questions?
Let's go ahead and do one more. Do you want to pick the last one?
Oof, let's see. Pressure here. Just this was a blood pressure. I should have been like, there's so many good ones. Okay, I feel like you had some good villains or villain types or things in this too. So maybe this will be like two parts. Of all the characters, who would you want to hang out at the ball with, and who would you avoid at the ball? How about that? We get two for one. Who would you hang out with?
I'm totally blanking on her name. What's the villainess's name? What's her name?
Oh my gosh, give me 2 seconds.
I'm so embarrassed that I don't
created her scandal.
And I don't have my copy of the book. Is it something with a C? Is it Clarissa?
Yes. Somebody help us.
Sorry, everybody. That's super embarrassing. I haven't worked on this book in a while, so I can't quite remember.
They all start blending. So, yep, Clarissa.
Okay. Okay.
She was definitely who I'd want to avoid.
That was my thought, but I had actually changed her name a few times, and so I'm like, did I end on Clarissa? I'm pretty sure I did. Okay. I would definitely avoid her because you don't know what she's going to be gossiping about you next. Like, she is not to be trusted, even if she wasn't a conniving little minx. In the deadliest of times, she's not fun to hang around with. And who I'd want to hang out with, let's say I'm Beatrice, who I don't want to hang out with. I mean, definitely Jenny. She's my bestie. We're just going to have a good time and spill the tea and people watch. I love people watching, so
and Jenny would be such a fun person to people watch. The two of them, right? Like their dynamic was super fun too. I'd want to be on Helen. Yes, I loved Helen. Yes, she was so good. She was a great supporting character too. Yep, and
you always need a character that's pushing the couple together. Like we had Mrs. Rawlings, who was definitely an antagonistic force, drawing them apart. But then I loved that Helen was like, I don't think so. I'm going to push them together. So she's
like, I like this.
Yes, exactly. She sees things. She knows.
Yeah, I agree. I would definitely want to dance with any of your heroes, though. I'd be like, give me them all.
Just line them up.
Just fill my dance card, please. Yes. I would want them all. But I do think that like Beatrice and Chidris would be funny to get her opinions on people, like you were saying on there. I'd love to hang out with Verity and Ginny. I'd stay away from Clarissa. We'd all stay away from Clarissa. Yeah. I loved though the way that your book, so spoilers again, but we're talking book club, so it's all coming out.
All good. It's all good.
I loved that connection. Like you have her scandal that happened in previous like season, and yet it turns out that she's like the person behind the mask, right? The ultimate, like her and her partner, the villain, and just the reveal there was so much fun. I remember reading it and being like, okay, the scandal like has to resolve somehow, but like how's this gonna go? And then as it was unfolding, I'm like, no way. Like Clarissa
What's funny about that is I am not very good at planning ahead in a series. This is my first time writing a third book in a series. And so I'll just put it out there that it's not my forte as an author to plan ahead. And so when I wrote Beatrice's character in A Love Most Daring, in A Heart Worth Stealing, I gave her this background of a scandal and I didn't know how it was going to play out once I got to her book. I was just like, I made it kind of very vague and generic. I was like, there was a scandal. We don't know much about it. We'll see what happens when we get to her story. And I was just going to have it be, part of her backstory and part of something that she's had to overcome and everything. But once I started getting into the plotting of the mystery of this book, I had this, it's when I was falling asleep. That's when I get my best ideas. I was falling asleep. My brain was making connections. And I was like, what if that scandal could connect to the mystery? And so, yeah, it was kind of a miracle that I could weave it back in the way it worked. Because I get myself in the corners, but that one worked out in my favor, thankfully.
You executed that perfectly. Like I loved it so much. Like just Thank that you. It all came back to that. Even the part where, that epiphany of like, it's not Mr. Rawlings who's the target, it's Beatrice. You know, like that whole just again is very cinematic. You're like, all the light bulbs.
Yes, the light bulbs going off.
Yes.
Candles going off. I don't know what they would equate that to back in the Regency.
Just light the candles. Didn't have your cell phones. Okay. Well, we are going to go ahead and just switch into some questions for the rest of the part of this. Yeah, and I love to just Alexis, your comment here, Beatrice is who figured it out. Again, like it's like he was super smart and connected the dots, but we saw it through her, like her intelligence. And I always love a really smart heroine and that she, had that depth and smart to her. Loves her. Okay.
She's the only one that could have figured it out based on the information they had. And so
yeah, because she'd been there for it all. She'd seen it, and it. I think it too like made sense why her scandal, like it made those pieces fit together too. Like why was she so against it? Okay, so I'm gonna ask this question first because it's the question I have too. It's coming, Mr. Drake. Is Mr. Drake gonna get his own book?
I really, really want to write his book. just had a baby and I have,
congratulations.
I've got a 2-month-old and I've got 4 other kids, and we are in a time of slow progress and not pushing anything right now. So I have not started his book yet. I do have it in mind, and I would like to write it soonish. So hopefully it's a really fun idea. It would be like my idea. I don't know. Don't hold me to this, everybody, because once I start writing, sometimes it just goes in a completely different direction. But I would love for her to be on, the criminal side of the world, and she has certain skills that he needs, and they have to work together on a case. And my idea is to have them be childhood friends that reconnect. So that's my hope and dream. One day I will write it.
Well, we will be here for whenever that is. So that's it. I love this too. Michelle says we're thankful for all the books that you've done.
Oh, thank you.
Agree. You're definitely one of those authors that I'm like, if you don't give me a book for like 3 years, that's okay. I'm going to be first in line the second you get a book. Like, give them all to
my readers. I really am. I couldn't write without people to read, so I am incredibly grateful.
Love it. Okay, talking about that, where do you draw your inspiration for your stories?
Oh, I mean, I don't even know. I think most authors would have the same answer, where it's just sometimes it just pops out of nowhere. Sometimes you're listening to a song and you get an idea. Sometimes I'll be watching like a contemporary movie, like a rom-com, and I'll think, how could I spin that and make it a Regency? Or how could I take this character type and put it into this book? And it's mostly like taking bits and pieces and trying to see how I could do it, or I'll take bits and pieces of personalities, and you'd be surprised how often that can develop into a full story. Or little bits of research, like A Heart Worth Stealing came about just because I had actually been researching something completely different. I've been researching something about magistrates and like the justice system, and I learned about thief takers. And so that's what made me think a thief taker would make a fantastic, hero, and that's where Jack was born. Right. And so it all just kind of, it's this interesting blend of pulling bits and pieces from all over. And it's hard to say where, specific inspiration comes from, because it gets blended and woven together so much. But yeah, I get inspired all over from everything. It's a constant.
Everything. So one of the questions that I think ties into this on the Facebook page, Brooke had asked, how did you research Bow Street and why write about Bow Street? What got your interest there? Did that come about when you were doing that magistrate and stuff?
Yeah. That's a good tie-in. So yeah, it all came back from, I had a totally different story idea that I was researching. I wanted my character to be the daughter of a magistrate, like Ginny ended up being, but it went in such a different direction once, Jack jumped into the picture. And I actually didn't have to do quite as much research for that book, because he was not a Bow Street officer at the time, because he'd been let go. And so he was doing his own thing at the time. But once I had to jump into So True or Love, where we're deep in London with Verity and Nathaniel, and he's actually a Bow Street runner, I had to do a ton of research on that one for sure. And there's only so many, and like the headquarters don't exist anymore, and there's not, definitive sources on every bit of information that I needed. And so you just kind of do the best you can to fill in the blanks. But yeah, it was a very research heavy series, probably more than any of my other books I've had to do. I've had to research this one because I have to sound like I know what I'm talking about. Make it.
Yeah, I thought it was just like a fun, like such a unique thing, because a lot of times in Regency you always get that kind of like the classes, right? Like you got your dukes and your earls, which we all love. But this was kind of fun because it was like not the underworld, but like introducing, like the criminal side of things.
Yeah, and different sides of things.
Group of people, yeah, and just really fun to see that play out in the books and in the series.
Yeah, and as I was doing my research, there was, like you said, the underworld is so fascinating. I had so much fun learning about the different, types of criminals and things that they would do. And so that's where Wiley came out. He doesn't play a huge role in this book, obviously, but he's much bigger role in the other two books, and so fun to write.
Yes. Talk about like if we were doing like an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor, like in So True Love, he's definitely one that I'm like, Wiley.
He's my fave.
He's so fun, and it is fun to get that glimpse of him here again too, though. Like he just,
enough that if you've read the other books, you'll know it.
Yeah, back to like, what's a scene that made you smile? Wiley on the page. That was fun. Okay, a couple more here before we end. What gave you the inspiration for Beatrice's bubbly character?
Let's see. It's probably just, so in A Heart Worth Stealing, Ginny was definitely more of a serious, thoughtful heroine. And so she needed a friend to kind of balance that out and give her some more levity in their story. And so I think that's mostly where Beatrice started from, is that I needed somebody lighthearted to kind of, she was the Helen of that story, if that makes sense. Like she was the one kind of pushing Jack and me together. And so I knew I needed just somebody that was kind of Ginny's foil so they could, balance each other out a little bit. But yeah, she was just such a hoot to write. I don't know. I love an outspoken character because I say all the things that I would never be brave enough to say. So it's always enjoyable to kind of channel that energy when I don't necessarily have that in my life as part of my personality.
I know. I always want to be that person, but I'm like, no, right. I just make it weird. Like Beatrice can pull it off, right? Like she can pull it off, right? I think it'd be like, I'm not a Beatrice. Right. Okay, with that dynamic, she's super bubbly. You kind of have like the opposite with Alexander. How did you make that decision? Like as far as like knowing that they would be a good fit for each other?
Well, it's funny because finishing So True Love, I had set up both Mr. Drake and Mr. Rawlings to have potential stories. And I wasn't sure, and I knew I wanted to write Beatrice's story because I'd set her up in A Heart Worth Stealing, and I wasn't actually sure which of them I was going to put together because they could have had. I know, this is what I'm saying. I don't plan ahead that much. I just go along with the flow. I just let the story take me where it wants to go. And so I really did consider trying to put her with Drake, but it would have been a very different story altogether. It would have been a very different emotional journey for her because he would have, I don't know. I just don't think they would have had the same tension at all. And once I started writing Rawlings and Beatrice together, I knew it was the right call. So, but it was fun to kind of try and set her up with Drake at the beginning because on paper they seemed like they would be the perfect match. Since Ginny was trying to matchmake them, obviously, but life kind of takes over, and that forced proximity really worked out for them this time.
Yeah, I just loved, like, as a reader too, like you said, like Drake was like so perfect, but it was almost one of those, like, he was like too perfect for her. Like they were too good together. They would have never challenged each other, like you said. Right. Whereas like the unexpected of like, Alexander's like, I'm not looking for a wife. And she's like, well, I'm not looking for you.
I love when characters have to eat their words. That's my favorite thing. Yeah. And I knew that Drake had somebody else in mind. He has this childhood friend that he,
that he's waiting for.
He doesn't know he's waiting for her, but hopefully it happens.
It's happening. We're cheering you on. I'm pretty sure I can speak for the crowd here. Okay.
I love how much Alexander challenged her. He brought out her tenacity in all the best ways, definitely, because part of her character arc was learning if, when push comes to shove, if she could be as strong and brave as Verity and Ginny, because she admired them so much. And I think at first she didn't think she was. Like at the scene at Vauxhall, I think she felt like she failed a little bit because of how she reacted to it after. And she's like, I'm not the same person I'm not as strong as they are. But throughout the story, I think she grew a lot and she learned that she could be strong in different ways, and strong and brave in different ways. And he brought that out in her, I think, which I loved.
Yeah, I love that too. Like she goes from screaming to fighting back. And even just, again, I just loved how he let her, read the paper and be involved in things that was showing her like her strength didn't have to be tough. It could be a different kind of thing. It's cool. All right, should we do one more question?
Sure.
Okay, one last question on here, and I think every author's like, don't ask this, but what was your favorite scene to write?
I actually really, besides the kissing scene, which was really fun, I really loved writing the scene where she falls asleep in the library and he thinks something has happened to her because they can't find her. And he runs around, looking for her. And then he finally finds her in the library and she realizes that she means something to him. Like she doesn't know exactly to what extent. And I think he realizes it too, because that fear of something had happened to her, that, the murderer had caught them. Like it brought out a lot of repressed emotions that they'd been like trying to keep away from each other. And it was such a turning point because it softened him towards her. And I don't know. I really loved writing that scene because it was like not real danger, but it gave you just a hint of it. And it just was really fun to play with their emotions there.
I loved it. And yeah, like I can still picture that too, where she's a little bit like, whoa.
She's very taken aback. She's like, I didn't think you cared that much, but I'm here for it.
Yeah. Right? Just right on there. Okay. If anybody has any last minute questions, we'll let you throw it in there. And then just wanted to also say, Joanna, do you have any upcoming events that you have coming up for anything?
We do have plans for a signing in Provo on April 25th. We're still working out little details, but we hopefully will announce that soon. It should be really fun. It will be a bunch of romance authors getting together, but it will mostly be for me and Esther Hatch and Megan Walker, whose books have all come out this spring. And so it'll be kind of a little launch party. It will be super fun. So
I'll definitely be coming to this.
Keep an eye on our social medias and we'll be announcing more about it.
Awesome. Well, we want to do that. Okay. The last question then for real this time we'll take from the Facebook here, and just how did you come up with Alexander's backstory, which we didn't really talk about that, but yeah, how he has this inheritance and he has this other side that he doesn't want even his friends to know about. How's that?
Well, I knew I wanted him to be slightly Scottish. I know that's kind of a weird in between, but I had gone to Scotland with some of my author friends and just fallen in love with it. But I had already kind of established his character a little bit. And so I'm like, I already had ideas for what I wanted from him. And I couldn't have him be from Scotland because they couldn't be traveling all the way from London up to Scotland, if that makes sense, if that's where his estate was.
Yeah.
So, okay. So he needs to be slightly Scottish just for my own, romantic heart. I wanted the brogue.
Rich plus when you're like the broody brogue, right?
Yeah. Yes, I wanted him to be rich. And so that's I had a couple needs from him in my character just to make me love him. And so I just kind of worked that backstory around him, He had to have the brogue, but he had to be wealthy, but he had to live close enough to London that they could travel there. So it was just kind of my own personal preferences there.
That's fun. People are enjoying it too. So very, very fun having that little tie-in.
My son is looking at it. When you have they just pop in and out.
That's it. My dog is on the other side of the door here, so I feel you. Okay, well, thank you so much, everybody who popped in and joined with us tonight. And Joanna, thank you for being here and for writing books that we get to just love and swoon over. So
so much. It's always such a blast to chat books. I will talk books and writing and characters anytime. It's always fun.
I love it. So if you haven't read the other books in the series, this is my personal plug because I, honest to goodness, absolutely love Joanna. I've got my own backstory with Joanna that makes.
We do have a fun story.
So her books, fantastic. Heart Worth Stealing, Proper Romance here, So True of Love, and of course Love Most Daring. So Read them, love them, reread them. They're always worth a good reread. So everybody, again, comments on this post. At the end of the month, I'll be pulling a winner to win from all the posts in the Proper Romance Book Club this month that Joanna shared for Jennifer Moore's arc of A Lady's Guide to Love and Pirates. And stay tuned. There's going to be one more post that Joanna's prepped. And like I said, there might be a fun little giveaway. But thank you guys again and have a good night.
Thanks.